If you kill him, you'll have to kill me too.
Daughter, stand back.
I won't!
Pocahontas is legendary, best known for saving the life of Captain John Smith, who helped establish Jamestown in 1607. Smith claimed the daughter of Chief Powhatan came to his rescue after he'd been taken prisoner by her father's men. This Native American heroine would later marry another Jamestown colonist named John Rolfe, the Virginia colony's first successful tobacco planter. Just where that marriage took place has been a mystery. That is, until now, nearly 400 years after that historic wedding. So where we're standing right now, this is where Pocahontas and John Rolfe would have gotten married?
Absolutely, exactly. If this is the church.
Archaeologist Bill Kelso says he's 99% sure he and his team have discovered the first substantial Protestant church in America, the 1608 church at James Fort. He describes the find as a goosebump moment.
This fort was supposed to have been lost to the river to erosion. No one could find it. I came out here 18 years ago, and I thought, well, I want to give this a shot in this area because nobody really looked that seriously here. And sure enough, the whole fort's been found, all the buildings, now the church.
Colleague Danny Schmidt is even more convinced it's the 1608 church.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with them. I maybe even up at the 99.9%. But yeah, things are looking good. We've excavated most of the fort here. We can rule out all the other structures we've seen. This one is so far matching up precisely with the dimensions that they said it would.
The secretary of the Jamestown colony recorded the church dimensions as 60 feet long and 24 feet wide.
We could go back and look at the historic record and see how that matches up to the empirical evidence, what we see in the ground.
The walls and thatch roof are gone, but this year archaeologists uncovered deep post holes dug to hold heavy timber columns to support the church. Kelso believes the columns probably would have been 2 stories high. At the dig site, the post holes are marked by purple flags.
You can see how, you can't even see the bottom of it. It's just very, very deep.
The holes unearthed so far are 12 feet apart, matching a 1610 description of the church.
This would then be support the superstructure of a very large building, which would have a cathedral ceiling, way off the charts for any kind of post building we've ever found before.
Other evidence includes several graves found in what Kelso says would have been the church's chancel. That's an area near the altar where prominent Anglicans were usually buried.
We've got one there, one over here.
The archaeologists are digging near the center of the fort, and that matches the earliest known diagram of Jamestown, this map, which was presented to the King of Spain in 1608. You can see an X or perhaps a cross, which scholars believe marks the church. Historians and archaeologists believe the church's central location and size showed the importance of Christianity to the settlers, and that their long trip was not just about riches.
The directions from the Virginia Company is that, look, you can find gold, find silver, do all these things that we want to make money with, but if you forget about religion, this is all going to be for naught.
The 1608 church was important to the colonists for many reasons, including playing a key part in the very survival of Jamestown. It was here in June of 1610 that Virginia's first resident governor, Sir Thomas West, addressed the colonists, arriving at just the right time in the New World to motivate them to not abandon the fort.
And it would have been another lost colony had he not shown up.
So they forged ahead with the church at the heart of the fort.
And what we take away from these stories is our birthplace, our nation, our story.
The 1608 church lasted about 10 years. In 1617, Governor Samuel Argall called for a new church located probably where the current brick reconstructed church stands and still greets visitors today. Another testimony that Christianity served not only as a foundation of America, but continued to thrive in a harsh new world of uncertainty. Mark Martin, CBN News, Jamestown, Virginia.